Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil, and it's time for the next episode of Squid Game. Guys, I am digging this show, and I'm really impressed with the last episode, episode 2, Hell. It went in a direction I wasn't expecting, but a really smart, really well executed direction, and now I feel like the show has really raised the stakes. Everybody, all our contestants have now willingly returned to the game. Instead of feeling like they were somehow trapped or conned into it, they've now decided, no, I want to be here, I need to be here. The real world is my personal hell, and my only option is playing the game and hoping for the best. That's a scary thought, but it was so well executed that you understand every character's motivation, what financial pressure they each were under, what fear they were facing, who they're trying to save, whether it's themselves or their loved ones. Man, just such a well executed episode, and we're left with like a dual cliffhanger at the end as our contestants are picked up. First of all, our detective, whose brother probably died in the first wave. We don't know that for sure, but probably died in the first wave. He's been following our hero, 456, Sseun, and is now following the van that picked him up and will presumably find his way to the port or the airport where our contestants are taken to the secret base and the secret island where the game is conducted. Beyond that, the last little cliffhanger was 67 somehow managed to not get herself knocked out by the gas in the van. She's conscious, and what is her plan? She's incredibly smart, she's incredibly motivated. It's all about getting enough money to get her parents out of North Korea. She's been fending for herself and her younger brother up till now, and she's got a plan, and I'm very curious to see what it is. She was one of the first to figure out the hack of the first game, so to speak, by hiding behind somebody as you progress. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens next. But we're going back to the game. I have to imagine we're going to get the second game in the sequence. How many more victims will there be? And now we really get to see the strategy of the players. What is their motive? We know, for instance, that the thug, I don't know his name, but 101, he's got this nebulous goal of robbing the game. Whether he thinks he can still execute that or not, solo, I have a hard time believing. But he's going to be a challenging foe. Are we going to start seeing alliances, partnerships, double crosses, these sorts of things start to appear in the gameplay, in addition to the game itself? You know, this is what happens in real reality programming, so I'm very curious to see where we go next. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into it. This is episode 3 of Squid Game. Picking up right where we left off. The car following the van. Now, I have been sort of spoiled by the poster for the show, and if you look at the poster, you see the detective in a guard uniform. So I imagine he's going to somehow infiltrate the game. But I suspect that's what we're going to see happen now. How does that happen? Ooh, look at all the vans. I wonder how many contestants are even going to come back. They're only going to restart the game if a majority agree, correct? But they're all going on to a car ferry. They get revolvers, eh? That's a little surprising. But he's sneaking on under a van. Even though there's a rear view mirror there for exactly that purpose. The man with the umbrella. So my basic sense of the symbols on these guys' masks is circles are workers, triangles are guards, and squares are management of sorts. Oh, they've got ID chips behind their ears. or something like that. No, not gonna work. Shouldn't that be attracting a little attention? Did he just kill him? But that's where he's gonna get his costume from, obviously. And he's putting his ID in that guy's... Okay.
상급자의 허가 없이 먼저 말하지 않는다.
Oh, his button is damaged. Look at all the workers. So what's her plan exactly? Well, she is a pickpocket, very clever of her, but now she has a weapon. And now they're all gonna wake up.
아, 영영 가시는 줄 알았네. 나 그렇게 영감님 덕분에 나갔다가 영감님 때문에 들어왔는데 먼저 가시면 안 되죠.
How many are back?
돌아왔니?
187. Only 14 people stayed away.
군대처럼 우리끼리 한번
The alliances begin.
맞아. 여러 가지 경우를 대비해서 그룹을 형성하는 게 유리할 거야.
아 그래요. 그쪽이 이등병 쫄따구. 얘네 일 잘하는 상병. 나는 말년 병장.
감사합니다, 사장님.
Blackadder strikes fourth.
나도 좀 끼워주겠나? 아 그럼요.
말씀 중에 sorry.
뭐냐?
What's 212's story? We don't know much about her yet.
이쪽 꼴은 언니보다 훨 쓸만할걸?
다음에 무슨 게임 할지나 생각해봐.
옛날에
Yeah, that makes sense. We kind of assume that, don't we?
그게 한두 가지도 아니고.
자신의 숙소로 복귀하시기 바랍니다.
Oh, that's handy. You know where you're going at least. Uh-oh, 28's gonna be an issue. There's a sterile room. What do the rules say? Do not converse without permission. Don't leave the room. Uh-oh.
화장실만 잠깐 보내달라는데 그게 뭐가 어려워? 야, 줄줄 잘 나온다. 나도 가.
How do you recruit the workers? I mean, like, you know, these people know what they're doing. They're disposing bodies. They're watching people die. What did she smuggle in? Just cigarettes, that's it?
움직이지 말고 얌전히 담배나 빨아.
A screwdriver would be better than a knife, but...
시간 좀 끌어줘. 뭔가 알아내면 너도 알려줄 테니.
What am I making here? Soylent Green?
물봐 이 개새끼야!
Well, your lights are on timers. He brought his phone in. What's going on in 218's mind? He's awfully quiet and contemplative.
가면 쓴 놈들이 큰 솥에 뭔가를 녹이고 있었어. 뭘 녹여? 그건 잘 몰라.
Presumably to do with the game.
설탕 냄새.
What does that have? Like, what game uses melted sugar?
인원 점검 중입니다. 그대로 문 앞
28 suspicious.
초코우유는 없나요? 제가 흰 우유를 못 먹어서요.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an option. The circles never talk.
이것도 마셔.
Keep him nice and strong.
잠시 후 두 번째 게임이 시작됩니다.
What's this? What is it? Presumably it's a message from someone in pink, but... Well, they keep going to that button. It's not going to go undiscovered forever.
당신 뭔가 봤죠? 얘기해봐요. 뭐 봤는지.
내가 왜?
What is it this time? It's a giant playground. Okay.
두 번째 게임에 오신 여러분을
Is this
환영합니다.
going to be like floor is lava?
국가님,
각자 앞에 보이는 네 가지 모양 중 하나를 선택하여
동그라미, 삼각형,
Oh, they're adding
별,
stars and umbrellas.
어디서 많이
설탕을 녹이고 있었어.
What, is this a traditional snack? Basically.
어떻게 할까?
글쎄,
It matters, doesn't it?
지금 즉시 하나를 선택해 이동하시.
What did 111 find in his note?
우리 팀 다 같이 움직인가?
Yes. Or one in each.
계란을 한 바구니에 담지 마라.
누가 어디로 갈까요?
He knows something. He definitely knows something.
내가 삼각형으로 갈게. 나해라.
아, 동그라미. 자네부터 골라.
I think he's going to go umbrella just based on the
그럼
title.
제가 우산으로
Yeah.
좀.
우산?
Oh.
별 싫으세요? 저로 바꿀까요, 그럼? 아니야. 별 좋아.
Who knows?
기훈이 형. 아니야.
What does he know? What does he know? He knows something. She's going with him.
참가자 여러분은 앞에 있는 케이스를 하나씩 가져가세요.
Which one did 111 go to? Did he go to Triangle as well? Yeah. And so does she. There's an advantage to Triangle, would be my guess. So 111 and 212 are kind of new characters.
이제 케이스를 열어
This episode we get to learn more.
확인해 주세요.
It's a needle. Dalgona. Does that mean triangle? So you get a needle and your shape? So what's this about?
두 번째 게임은 설탕 뽑기입니다. 선택하신 모양은 여러분이
So what do? You have to extract it with the needle? Umbrella is hard, I guess. Triangle is easy.
10분 안에 주어진 모양을 깨끗이 잘라내면 통과입니다.
That's it.
그럼 시작합니다.
This is very different than the first one. Oh, so you just can't break the outside? Is that what it boils down to? Or you can? Okay, that's good. So star is a little difficult, and umbrella is pretty freaking impossible, I guess. Don't panic, dude. Don't panic. His frantic energy is really unnerving. Uh-oh. First victim. Of course he was at the top of the slide, just for some drama. It's a lot of blood on the way down. Man, fast and furious now. You got 10 minutes. Oh, she's got a lighter. Melt the sugar. Smart cookie. And of course, Sseun talked about broken umbrellas. He never got to have a whole one. A lot of people are not gonna walk out of this room. All the just random death. There you go. 111. Somebody saved him. Now, who wrote the note?
67번 성공.
Is that considered clean?
동그라미.
이번에 임무는 탈락자 운반이야. 왜 벌써 들어왔지? 죄송합니다.
44번 성공.
착각했습니다. 뭘 착각했는지 그때 들어보지.
Oh dear.
왼쪽.
Some players getting preferential treatment.
218번 성공.
218 knew what the game was too, but did he just figure it out from what 67 told him? Or did he already somehow know? And who told 111? Are some players being given preferential treatment? Yeah, you're getting there. Is she gonna get away with using the lighter?
212번 성공.
212 gives off a really weird energy too. You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there. Look at all the people he's saving if this works. 101 lives. Number 1 lives. Time's a wasting, buddy. Quickly, quickly. You just gotta pop it out and hope.
두 번째 게임이 종료되었습니다.
How many more people get to die right now? Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy.
야, 이 개새끼들아! 누구는 왜 좋은 거 뽑고 누구는 왜 안 좋은 거 뽑아야 돼?
Because that's life. It's a metaphor. That square isn't gonna live. Well, they all had to die anyway. Because they didn't win. They didn't beat the game.
빨리 벗어. 뒤로 돌아.
Why do you want to see the face of the person you're about to kill?
너같이 어린 놈이 왜 이렇게 된 거야?
Yep. He wasn't gonna make it.
우리가 누군지 알게 되면 죽는다.
Body detail.
뭘 착각했는지 그때 들어보지.
Yeah. You got lucky. All right. We got our next game. We started getting our alliances. We met a couple of new characters. I think they were briefly introduced at the start of episode 2. 111, the guy that found the note in his breakfast bun, and 212, is that her number? A really crazy woman that went to the bathroom with 67. She's a bit of a nut job. But she somehow managed to use a lighter for 10 minutes without any of the guards spotting her, even though she was just sort of crouched under the slide. But, you know, let the small things slide, because it's a really cool story. I like that we sort of got our hero our four, quote, good guys, even though I do wonder about 218. Like, I feel like there's more going on there than what we've been shown so far. I don't think 67 told him about the sugar, but maybe she did. He knew what the game was. I think that was clear. He knew to go to Triangle. And who's tipping off 111? And it seems to me that there was no way to control. I suppose you could have gotten that bun to 111, but how would you know? I think he randomly received that note, is my point. But then he was diverted when he was returned to barracks. So what's that about? Tons of new questions is basically what it boils down to. I've never seen the game they ended up playing. I guess that's a real thing where you just have to try and remove the shape without breaking it. But On the playground, it's just you have a neat snack and there's something to do with your food. It's playing with your food. Kids love to do that. Suddenly, your life's on the line. But it is interesting that the game designer is making it easier for some than others. I think as we go along, these games are going to more and more be metaphors for the challenges of modern life. The very first scenes of the show, when we're introduced to the Squid Game, the kids playing it, there's the offense and the defense. The people are split up, and the defense are basically trying to prevent the offense from getting inside. It's the rich protecting the world. The offense on the outside have to hop around on one foot. They're automatically handicapped. It feels like an unfair game right from the start. And it's only with daring and strength and some luck that you might win. But winning is possible. It is possible to remove a sugar umbrella from its disc if you can figure out the hack to the game, basically. If you figure out the licking thing. Well, man, yeah, it's a very compelling story so far. This is a cultural thing that I often have a challenge with when I'm watching a show from a different culture. And it's a question of intent. There's some characters that to North American sensibilities might seem very extreme, caricature-y almost. And when we were first introduced to Sseun, he came off that way a little bit. He had such a high, frantic energy, and my first reactions to 212, the new woman we've been introduced to, are similar. She's, her antics in the bathroom seem very put upon, and the question that always comes to my mind in these sorts of circumstances is that me looking at a character like that through a North American lens and misinterpreting the character, or is the interpretation universal and that was the intent of the writers and the performer, etc. And you can never fully know. But these are the things that are somewhat jarring to a Western audience, perhaps, and you're left with that additional level of uncertainty. Is this intentional? What would a native Korean's reaction to the same character be? But I'm cool with that uncertainty. I'm uncool with not knowing everything. I mean, let's face it, I've been watching Lost. I'm cool with not knowing everything that's going on at all times. I find this a very compelling story idea, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes next. Thanks to you guys for joining me. Until the next episode, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.